The title of this video is Make California Fireworks Great Again. I'm not affiliated with Phantom, TNT, any stand for that matter. I'm just a niche D-list YouTuber that has concerns of how everything has been changing in the past 15, 20 years in California when it comes to fireworks. So to nip everything in the butt before I get started, I understand that COVID's a thing, inflation's a thing, supply chain's a thing, worker shortage is a thing, tariffs are a thing. I understand all that. I understand how nonprofits work. I understand TNT and Phantom let the nonprofits sell their product at an increased price so both people can benefit from them selling their product and the nonprofit can make money. Right? I understand that. I understand. So, but what I'm going to be talking about is how especially TNT and Phantom have gone downhill in the past 15 years and how we can maybe fix it. Now, I don't know if they'll ever watch it, if Phantom and TNT will ever watch it, or if some new up-and-comer will want to reach out and kind of do their own thing. For instance, like Unlimited Fireworks and DFS. DFS is a good example of how it started, but TNT got scared and bought them out. TNT is notorious for this, for your older pyros. I'm sure you guys remember Freedom Fireworks, Red Devil Fireworks. Those were all individual stands that were bought out by TNT. My main concern is how crappy assortments have gotten and how much they've increased in price without any changes, and just the lack of good quality products that are coming out each and every year. So I'm going to address kind of how to fix assortments and just beyond just for TNT and Phantom to look elsewhere. I'm pretty sure most fountains are probably made in the same kind of factories in China. There's probably just like a niche factory that makes just fountains, and they all probably come out of the same thing. You just have to literally put a TNT or Phantom logo on it. Prime example would be Rock of the Ages was a rewrap of the TNT Centennial. Super awesome fountain, super cheap to make, yet they keep increasing in price and whatever. That's just an example. I know they can do it. I know they have done it. So let's address my kind of experience and why I make these videos, right? So I've been a safe and sane pyro for the longest time. I used to wake up very, very early in the morning when I was little, walk my dog and check in people's gutters, collect cool fireworks. I would count the tubes in them, make a list. I would collect all the biggest ones I could find and keep them in a large bin and then look for those the next year. I remember some of those were in assortments, and I would specifically buy that assortment because I wanted to try that out. And fireworks used to look like this. This is a world-class fountain called Mesmerize. They used to look like this. Now, not every world-class assortment has this many tubes. World-class is also guilty of this. Every firework brand that does fountains is very guilty of doing one tubers. But about 10, 15 years ago, I don't know what happened. We went away from this style, and probably just because, well, this probably costs more, right? 100%. I know this costs more, right? And people are buying the one tube stuff. So that's like selling Lamborghinis when people are buying Hondas. It doesn't make sense. Bad analogy, whatever. Assortments used to have pretty quality items in them, right? They used to have pretty long-lasting fountains. Another good example would be another one by Brothers, Totally Circus. This is half the size of something like Trollin'. I also put this to the side. I'm not getting rid of this because I feel like we're being trolled. I'm not trolling. These guys are. If you look up Totally Circus by Brothers, longer than a minute burn time. You look up most of like global lights. Look up global lights being burned. It's like 15, 20 seconds of burn time, if that. So this lasts over a minute. There's nothing preventing you from even just rewrapping this and selling this as something at the stand or putting these in assortments. Speaking of putting things in assortments and things that have been removed, there's nothing preventing you from putting something like Zombie Apocalypse or something in backstock. That you have Purple Rains, you name it. There's nothing preventing you because you used to do that. You used to put Purple Rains and other items in assortments. Speaking of things you used to put in there, Novelties. Novelties used to be very common in assortments. If you notice that none of these are TNT or Phantom brand because I don't buy from them. As well as sparklers. So back me up, everybody, in the comments if you guys remember buying assortments with crackle balls, snakes, poppets, and ground blooms. They used to be very commonplace in assortments, especially Phantom. Phantom would frequently stuff their assortments, as well as bigger TNT assortments. They would stuff them with these, like the big one back in the day. Those used to be just stuffed with novelties. Sparklers is another thing I want to talk about. Sparklers have been my kind of coin term, is watered down. Sparklers are extremely high in price, so these are safe and sane. These are non-TNT and Phantom sparklers, by the way. They've been watered down. They're half this size. They don't have the multi-stage effect. So this has like color, a little bit of quiet crackle and different effects in there. They have a really long burn time. Phantom and TNT sparklers are half the size and double the price. So you can order like a box of 144 of these online from like Pyro Creations. It's a different law, so it's not a consumer firework. It's considered a novelty. They just have to ship by ground. You can get these to your door within a week, and you'll have 144 sparklers that are better than anything you can buy at the stand for a fraction of the cost, right? And there's nothing stopping TNT or Phantom from finding out who makes these by brothers, stamping a Phantom or TNT logo on them and selling them for, $15, $16, $17. They would sell like hotcakes, and these are super cheap, super safe. They already have the Safe and Sane logo. I don't know for a fact if they're on the Safe and Sane approved list. They are brothers, so it is possible they're approved by Jake's, but they have a nice handle on here, and they have a long burn time and actually have probably better effects than some of the fountains and assortments. Nothing stopping Phantom or TNT from doing that other than just laziness. And it's true, they're being lazy. They've been lazy with their assortments. For instance, boom, a lot of these assortments like the TNT Superpower have popped up this year, as well as other ones. These ones have been out of state for years. They used to be at like Sam's Clubs and Costco's. This assortment was $70 a couple years, like in 2019, 2020. $70. At TNT, this is $280. And I understand that you have to increase a little bit for the nonprofit to make some money, but do you really have to increase 2 to 3 times the amount for an assortment? That doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense. Either TNT needs to not make as much, which they should. They don't need to make as much as they should, because TNT and Phantom are notorious for being an overpriced firework retailer, even outside of California. All over the place, people can pretty much join hands and say TNT and Phantom fireworks are very overpriced. So that's not for non-debate. So TNT and Phantom can take a little bit of a price cut to sell more product, but they don't. Or have the nonprofit even make more, but they don't. All those tubes you see there, they are all removed, and everything over there is a 1-tube pony over there. There's only a few that had multiple tubes. Basically, the only thing I got in this $280 assortment was 2 punks and flashing fountains. That's all I got. Back in the day, you would get stuff like that. So that's basically, long story short, to fix assortments. 1, put novelties back in them. All right? And put better quality items in there. Put your stand items in there. Can't be that more expensive. I will be willing to pay, and I know so many others are willing to pay for that. How do I know they're willing to pay? Well, 1, I'm asked millions of times in the comments in my Discord server, all over the place, how do you get cooler fountains? What's the best way to do it? And it's kind of ironic, and I think it's very relevant, because most people will spend $280 on an assortment like this. They'll celebrate the 4th of July with their family. They light it, and they're very underwhelmed with the quality of these items. They'll watch their neighbor lighting off some crazy stuff, crazy fountains, crazy cakes, all that stuff. And they're like, oh, where'd you get that? Oh, I got it in Pahrump. Oh, I got it at Bad Jacks. Oh, I got it in various Nevada place, Oregon, Arizona, blah, 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 wherever. And they're like, well, that's only 3, 4, 5, 6 hours away. If I'm paying that much money, obviously right now is a little bit of a different issue because gas, but people are willing to, ironically enough, celebrate their independence from a tyrannical government to go out of state, to break the law, to bring back even fountains or illegal fireworks just to have a good 4th of July to celebrate a holiday. And I'm a very firm believer that you should follow the law and not do that. And I'm a firm believer and you should support the nonprofits, but it's getting more and more difficult to do that. extremely, especially when TNT and Phantom are putting out garbage. They're not. I feel like they're not trying hard enough. There's a very small time window when 4th of July comes around, so they have, I don't know, 280 days to figure out what they can do to get their supply chain in order to find a new item, because most of it is just rewrapping. Something like the TNT Centennial is just rewrapping Rock of the Ages. I guarantee you, if you were to rewrap this Brothers Sweet Soda Fountain and name it, like Phantom has a soda pop fountain, why they don't sell these, I don't know. This is an awesome fountain. I'm pretty sure it's approved on the 2022 freaking Jake's Fireworks list. Pretty sure it's there. This would sell for, I don't know, $20, $30. It's a very unique item. It's a spinner. We don't have spinners anymore. It's Safe and Sane. I don't know if it's on the approved list. It's by Grand Patriot. It's unique items will sell. Something that looks different than the average box, right? These will sell. I guarantee it. Another one that sells, I know a lot of people buy this overpriced similar spinner at Phantom, a spinning firework. We don't have enough spin. This is a little bit more unique one. This one splits in half and is pretty cool. Spinners. Another one, size sells, but I know that everybody's aware that people like big stuff. So here's another Unleashed fountain by Major League Pyro. Big stuff sells. Stuff that is unique. Sell it at stands. Introduce more items. People will buy it. People will buy it to see what it does. I guarantee you will increase sales. Guarantee it. So this is kind of just a rant. I know I'm probably preaching to the choir to a lot of you guys that watch my videos, but I'm doing these unboxings and I'm just getting sad because assortments aren't the same. Everything has changed, and people are going to get fed up and stop buying fireworks. And when people stop buying fireworks, the nonprofits are going to feel like it's not worth them being in the hot, blistering heat every summer to make a minimal profit, and fireworks will slowly phase out in California, and I don't want that to happen. I'm a small percentage of the community. I probably only influence 5, 2, 3, 4%, but I know that a big part of it, I know people do listen. I know people look out for DFS and especially traveled a ridiculous distance for unlimited fireworks. So I do have a little bit of pull when it comes to influencing, and I would have no problem, TNT or Phantom, in promoting something that is quality. I would have not. I'm not asking for money. I'm not asking for anything. I'm just hoping that if anybody does watch this other than my fans, maybe somebody in TNT or Phantom, or even a new person that wants to start their own stand, knows that people will pay the money to celebrate this holiday. I know there's only 358 days that we can celebrate this in California, but people will do it. People go crazy for this holiday. It's a very interesting hobby that people have, and people are very passionate about it. And what warms my heart is when I do these pyro meetups and I see somebody super young, under 13, and they have their list, and it reminds me of when I was young. And it breaks my heart to know that they miss the glory days, and it's very hard to have good quality products here in California. So with that being said, I'm going to cut the video because I'm just probably preaching to the choir at this point. Kind of sad. It sucks because I know my older pyros do remember that the assortments back in the day were not this bad. There was really good items for cheap. It just sucks. It sucks that every year it's getting worse and worse. And especially opening this superpower really was jarring, how much I paid, and to think how much this would have got me, 5 years ago. So it's difficult. So I just want to talk about how novelties have been removed, sparklers have been watered down, the fountains and assortments have been watered down. They can easily improve them by putting stand items in there. I understand that they want to keep, their more unique fan type items on the stand so they can sell them individually and make an increased profit. I understand that, but there has to be some incentive to buy an assortment. But that's just me. What do I know? I'm just a weirdo that likes legal, safe, and sane fireworks on the internet. And I'm talking to myself on my kitchen floor with all these explosives, basically. All right, guys. I love you guys. You guys are all awesome. Thanks for always watching and staying tuned and supporting me in the comments. You guys are awesome. And we're getting close. So if you don't hear from me, see from me, which you will. But if this is the last video you ever watch of me, please stay safe on the 4th. Hug your family. Tell them you love them. Celebrate the good things. Eat some barbecue. And have a great 4th of July.